think, people would hear about, you being a monk and probably be like, oh, I would never do that. But it can happen in such micro moments. Like, even if we're taking the person going to work example, it's like going a different way to work, parking in a different spot. Like, it doesn't need to be so radical for people. It actually can be very small and fun.
Oh, 1000%. Like, I am not in any. You don't have to live like a monk to think like a monk at all. And this is not
You're
like
book out now.
Yeah, this is not like a monk conversion strategy of like, like everyone become monks. But yeah, it's the point of why monks do what they do that fascinates me. It's not about what's happening specifically. So, for example, we would take this walk around the ashram regularly. And every day we were asked to find a new item on that path. And so one time you walked by, it'd be like, find a new flower. And the next day it'd be like, find another flower. And then now your mind starts planning for the future. So you start planning for tomorrow's flower. And then next day you go and like, today look for a stone. And you're like, oh God, like I lost, like I messed up. And and the point of it wasn't, you may say, well, Jay, where do I do that? It's like, you could do that in your home. You could do that on your way to work. You could do that in your partner. You could notice something new about them. I wonder how many people are asked, like, what's your partner's hair color or eye color, and wouldn't know the exact, And so there's so much newness that you can discover, and we're always looking for stability and sameness. And the crazy thing is that everything's always changing. So looking for newness in the simple things in life or changing parts of your routine simply, I think... we don't realize how much the simple changes in a day can completely transform it until you start doing it. And so it could be, hey, you know what? Every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to listen to this song when I wake up. Let me see how I feel. Okay, that song didn't work. Let me try another one. But right now I'm just waking up feeling down or sad every day, but I haven't really experimented with a different way of waking up. And so you're spot on. I don't think it's about doing anything radical or extreme, but it is about constantly opening yourself up to really experience something. One of my favorite ones is going on a walk and finding an item that appeals to you or sticks out to you and to really explore it. And I did this with someone I was working with the other day. And the first thing he did was pick up this big rock. And then the next thing he did was pick up this kind of like...
Such a guy thing.
It was like, one of those moments.
I'm gonna pick up the big rock.
Yeah. And then the next thing is picking up this sort of like flower or, and when you just look at it and you like observe it and you explore it, it's not about you getting intimate with a random flower. Like, that's not the point of it. The point of it is to train your mind to explore everything in your life more fully and wholly. And now you're going to apply that to your partner. You're going to apply that to your work. And so that it's just shifting mindset. That's what's happening. It's not the actual act. Sometimes they do it with a raisin.
I love that.
A lot of meditations.
No two raisins are the same.
I love that you eat raisins. That's fucking amazing.
Sponsored by Sun-Made Raisins. If you've never done that before, it's like a lot of meditation training involves using a raisin and just smelling the raisin, holding it to your ear, playing around with your hands. And it's the weirdest thing in the world. And I've led that exercise a million times where people are like, you are the weirdest, strangest person ever. But the whole point of it is not to love raisins. The point of it is, how many things do we quickly judge in our life? So when you're asked to pick something up off the floor, you may think it's a certain color. But then when you look at it, you're like, oh, actually, I was wrong. You may think it was really hard and strong. And when you pick it up, it's really soft and weak. That's how people are in our lives. Sometimes you meet someone and you think they've got a really hard exterior, but you get to know them and they're the softest person. And so when you start to experience the simple things in life wholly, you start to experience everything in the same way.